What if I told you that one of the world's first robotic engineers was a Muslim scholar from the 12th century? A man who built time-telling machines powered by water, musical robots that entertained kings, and detailed over 100 mechanical inventions, centuries before the Industrial Revolution. But for some reason, history forgot him. This is the story of Al-jazari, the forgotten genius who helped shape modern engineering, before the world even knew what engineering was. Stay with me, because once you hear what he built, you'll wonder why his name isn't taught in every school on earth. Al-jazari was born around the year 1136 in a region called Al-Jazira, located in Upper Mesopotamia, what is now southeastern Turkey. He grew up during the Islamic Golden Age, a period where the Muslim world was leading the globe in science, art, philosophy, and medicine. Libraries flourished. Knowledge was seen as sacred. Scholars from different cultures came together to translate texts, share discoveries, and build upon the ideas of ancient civilizations. In this world, young Al-Jazari stood out not just for his curiosity, but for how he used it. Where others read books, he imagined machines. Where others memorized formulas, he built systems. He didn't want to just understand how things worked. He wanted to create new ways for them to work better. He spent most of his career working as the chief engineer at the Artukid Palace in Diyarbakir, serving kings who valued innovation and art. But Al-Jazari wasn't just an inventor for royalty. He saw invention as an act of worship, a way to reflect the perfection and order of creation. One of his most famous inventions was the elephant clock. It wasn't just a mechanical device to measure time. It was a masterpiece, a symbol of unity across civilizations. Let me paint the picture. Imagine a large elephant statue. Sitting on top of it is a mechanical scribe, dragons, birds, and a man in traditional Islamic dress. But here's the incredible part. Each part represents a different civilization. The elephant represents India. The dragon symbolizes China. The water technology inside is based on ancient Greek principles. The turbaned figure on top represents the Islamic world. Even the timing mechanism, powered by water and a sinking bowl, brings it all together in a carefully orchestrated system. Every 30 minutes, a bowl inside would slowly fill with water. When it sank, it triggered a chain reaction. Bells rang, birds chirped, and the time was announced. All powered without electricity, all using gravity, levers, and precision design. This clock wasn't just about measuring time. It was about celebrating diversity and engineering excellence. A quiet, beautiful declaration that different cultures can build something greater together. And this is just one of his many inventions. Al-Jazari created automata, the early ancestors of robots. These were mechanical figures that moved in realistic ways, often used for hospitality, ceremony, or entertainment. One famous example is a hand-washing device. It featured a mechanical servant holding a pitcher. When a guest placed their hands underneath, water would pour out automatically. When they finished, another figure offered them a towel. Remember, this was built over 800 years ago. He also built a musical boat filled with mechanical musicians that floated on water, playing instruments automatically. These weren't toys. They were carefully designed machines, programmed through cams and valves to perform routines repeatedly. It's not just that these devices worked. It's that they were beautiful, purposeful, and engineered with excellence. This aligns perfectly with a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who said, "Verily, Allah loves that when any one of you does a job, he should perfect it." Al-Jazari was living this principle. In the year 1206, toward the end of his life, he compiled all of his inventions, diagrams, and engineering principles into a single manuscript. Its title, The Book of Knowledge of ingenious mechanical devices. This wasn't just a how-to manual. It was a visionary engineering textbook containing over 100 mechanical devices, complete with illustrations, step-by-step instructions, and notes about how to build or operate each one. From pumps that lifted water using animal power, to clocks with complex timing mechanisms, to combinations of gears, cams, and levers that would go on to influence engineering design for centuries. He documented everything and made it freely accessible. He didn't seek patents. He didn't hide secrets. He believed that knowledge was meant to be shared, not hoarded. This too reflects an Islamic value. That knowledge is a trust, not a possession. But here's the tragic part. Despite his contributions, most of the modern world has never heard of Al-Jazari. His name rarely appears in school textbooks. His work is barely mentioned in mainstream histories of robotics, automation, or even clockmaking. Instead, credit often goes to European inventors who came long after him. And yet, historians now admit, many of the systems seen in Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks resemble Al-Jazari's designs. We're not saying he was copied, but we are saying this. Muslim contributions to science and technology run deeper than we're often told. When we think of Islamic history, we often think of wars, caliphates, or conquests. But in truth, the Muslim world was a beacon of knowledge, a hub of math, astronomy, philosophy, and yes, engineering. Al-Jazari was one of many scholars who practiced Islam through invention, excellence, and sharing knowledge for the benefit of humanity. Today, his machines may sit silent in museums or remain hidden in manuscripts, but their message still speaks. A message that says, you can combine faith and science. You can be driven by both curiosity and conviction. And yes, you can build something that outlives you. So now that you've heard his story, what do you think? Shouldn't Al-Jazari's name be mentioned alongside the world's greatest inventors? Have you ever heard of him before today? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. And if you believe more people should know about the forgotten Muslim minds that changed the world, share this video. Hit the like button. Subscribe for more stories like this. And most importantly, stay connected to your history. Because remembering where we came from helps us understand where we're going. Let's remember the minds who built the future, even when history tried to forget them.